Oh my God. Even after a year of ownership, I always enjoy seeing this car. And don't worry, I don't keep the roof off. That was just for this. Yeah. It's hard to believe that 1 year has already passed with my BMW Z3. What's up, guys? Hope you're having a great day today. I got this car on August 26, 2022. Today is August 26, 2023. Man, what a year it's been. It has been broken quite a bit. It's been fun quite a bit. It's been a very dynamic experience and a crazy experience for a first car. Let's go talk about it, just not here. So this is a cold startup on a 1998 BMW Z3. Even 1 year later, I still love how it sounds. And just like that, we have made it to one of the places which I used to film here a lot. It's kind of gone down since, but we're at the roof of my parking deck where someone, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, someone was doing donuts up here. And I mean, it's a pretty good circle, like very even, not an oval. But anyways, so I've had the Z3 now for a year. It's crazy to think about that. And oh man, what a year it's been. I'm gonna start with the first week that I got the car. That was a crazy first week. I remember I was just stressed out, and on that Friday I got the car, and that weekend I just took it up the back roads. I got to just enjoy it a little bit, and then throughout the next week I went to a few car meets, a few car shows, to try and just meet other people around me who were into cars, because at that time I had just moved to this city and I knew basically nobody. So I figured I'd use the car as an opportunity to meet new people, and I have. That was actually how I met Sean and Noah, which if you don't know who they are, link in the description. But then we fast forward to Labor Day. Now, Labor Day weekend, I decided to take this car 3 hours to go see my parents. And on that day, right as I cross into their town, the check engine light pops up. And initially I'm thinking, oh, okay, you know, maybe it's just a false positive. So I clear the code, and then I take my family out for rides in this car, and then the check engine light popped up again. And I noticed a little lurching feeling. I'm like, why, am I hitting a speed bump or something? Or is there something on the road? I then look down at the gauge cluster, and the transmission light is also on now. And I'm like, oh crap. How is it that after like a week, I broke the car already? And let me tell you, this transmission issue drove me crazy. If you've been watching for a long time, first of all, thank you. Secondly, you know that that transmission issue was around for so long. It plagued me through the beginning of my channel, and I would always get annoyed with it because not only was the light on, but at every single downshift from second to first, I'd get lurched forward a little bit. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna break my transmission this way. And thinking about it now, I think that that's an automatic transmission issue only, because I don't think a manual transmission could have that, which, yeah, good job to me for getting an automatic. So we tried the O2 sensor, the MAF sensor, a few other sensors, and some filters. None of them did it. So by November, the Z3 is at my parents' house, and it's getting some diagnoses done by mechanics and things like that. And one of the places we went to was a place called Ted's Transmissions, who worked on a lot of American cars, which is good for this car because the 4-speed automatic in it is from GM. So yeah, and he was able to find the problem fairly quickly, something a lot of the other mechanics struggled with. He found it to be the bend solenoid, and after everything, he charged right around $275.09. And for proof, here you are, $150 of labor, $106.50 of parts. I think that says $18.59 in taxes to total out to $275. So now that the transmission issue is fixed, all that's left to fix is the tire and the oil leak. And the oil leak, don't get me started on that. That was $600 because it needed an oil filter housing. And while we were there, we also got 2 of the drive belts done and tires. So we got completely new tires, a set of 4 Michelins for this car, and that came out to over $800. Yeah. Oh, I forgot how low the seat is. So after the oil leak, the tire, the bend solenoid problems, I took the car back. I finally brought it back here, and for a long while, or well, not a long while, but like for a few months, it was just perfectly fine. The car ran. My check engine light was on for catalytic converter, but I mean, the car has an aftermarket muffler on it, so I want to say that did something to it. I don't know. Part of me, I think, is just denying that something's actually wrong with that thing. So yeah. As for the next issue that came along, it was actually not the worst thing. It annoyed me, severely annoyed me, and that was my driver's side door handle had come off. The thing about the Z3 is that it has a lot of cheap plastics, like really cheap plastics. And so one day, I had gone out to my local Lamborghini dealership and went to film a video, the one where I hit my head in the Ford GT. If you don't know what I'm talking about, link in the description. And when I was over there, I had parked the car with the roof up, windows rolled up, under the sun. And when I came back, the driver's door handle kind of came off. Yeah. Now you might be wondering, how much was this repair? If my oil leak was $600, transmission issue was $250, tires were $800, this has got to be like a $600, $300 replacement. It was $7.16. Now you might be wondering, $7.16. How can it only be $7.16 to fix a door handle on a BMW Z3? And the answer to that is I super glued it. Yeah, I'm not proud of it. I super glued my door handle to my Z3. And to be fair though, it did hold very nicely for a long while. Until the car broke again. And the problem with the car broke again is that the roof was up, the windows were rolled up, and heat was just coming into the car, and I think it just melted the super glue. Because when I got the car back after being fixed again, which I'll cover in a minute, the door handle had gotten really loose and then eventually broke again. Fast forward to today, this is where my door handle is standing. Yeah. Thankfully though, I have a friend who works on BMWs. He has an M Roadster himself. He used to work at BMW, and he told me that he was gonna give me a hand with this. So if he's watching, thank you so much, man. It's really appreciated. So I talked about taking the car to the mechanic for a certain issue, which is a bit further down the line. But that being said, there was an issue in between the door handle and this one that I'm talking about. And that is my airbag light had come on. And this was around June-ish. So we took it to another mechanic. He diagnosed the car. It was about $60. And the airbag light had shut off, thankfully, after that. And now it's August, and the car still doesn't have an airbag light, thankfully. And fingers crossed that it stays that way. And so the final issue of ownership with my Z3 was, and this is the one that caused my door handle to come undone, was lighting. And so what had happened was the rear taillight deflector, or well, the red taillight deflector thing, the thing that turns red when you turn on your headlights, and the front one, the amber reflector, they both weren't working. Along with that, my dome light wasn't working either for some reason. And so it wouldn't pass inspections, and the car had to be repaired. And so initially we thought it was the bulbs, not the bulbs. So we took it to the mechanic, and it was a wiring problem, and which was yeah, full wiring problem. And so after $500 of fixing it, the dome light was repaired. Same with the front amber reflector and the rear amber reflector, and the car passed inspections. And here we are in the present. It's now been exact 1 year with my Z3, and what a year it has been. It has broken so much, and I've done the math a few times and I'm a little bit nervous about it. Including the car, I want to say that the car plus the price of the repairs and the purchase price of this car was near $10,000, which, my goodness, that's not even including insurance and gas, which is a lot more. I'll probably put up the number here for the total price of gas and insurance that I've paid on this car, but I can say that it's been quite a bit, but surprisingly insurance isn't that bad. This car, it costs less in insurance than both the Odyssey and the new car that has replaced the Prius, which will come in the next video. But that's besides the point. These 1 year ownership report videos I've seen on YouTube don't really talk about the experiences that you get to have with a car for over a year. And in my case, there was so much that I got to experience for the first time because of this car. I got to go on my first drive without a roof. Yeah, this is the first convertible I've ever been in and driven. I've also got to experience meeting people who have similar tastes than me with cars. Obviously, I got to meet car enthusiasts through the years, but this is the first time where I can say that I've had a large group of people that I'm actually somewhat close with because of cars. And obviously we can't forget you guys, YouTube. I wouldn't have made a YouTube channel if I didn't have this car, because I mean, let's say I bought, like, say a Lexus, right? Like some reliable Lexus, and I just started making videos about that. I don't know, like I probably wouldn't have uploaded videos about this versus this car. I mean, it's so much more out there, and I love that. Also, in this year, the car has helped me through a lot of stressful situations. I can't tell you just how many drives that I've gone on when it was like final exam season, when it was just a test coming up, or if there's just some stress going on in life. And oh man, I'm very grateful to have that. Obviously, I've talked now about there being a lot of safety issues in the previous video, which if you haven't seen that, link in the description. But I think now that wraps everything up for 1 year with my BMW Z3. Oh my goodness. If I could, if this car could hear me talk, I would want to say thank you to it. It has taught me so much. It has helped me meet a lot of new people. Granted, it is broken a lot, so thanks for that. If you guys did like this video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments below. And if you like what you're seeing, leave a subscribe. And just like that, I'm out. I can't believe it's already been 1 year with my BMW Z3. Peace.